April 1999. A last-minute winner sees Cheltenham clinch promotion to the Football League, the greatest night in their 108-year history and the best party.
I remember going home or being driven home, and it was daylight. So, and it was funny because, you know, that was the Friday and we had a game then. Tomorrow's it would be on the Saturday. So it was a very long 24 hours, but very enjoyable.
You were so emotional on that evening, weren't you?
I think that there was just a lot of hard work put into that season, a lot of pressure. I think there's even more pressure if you manage in your hometown, because everybody knows you then. And not only, you know, did I want to succeed in my hometown, but I wanted the club and the players and everyone connected to succeed as well. So there was a fair bit of pressure that night.
April 2000 and the tensions building again. Cheltenham, only 3 years ago still in the Beezer Homes League, have adapted admirably to full-time football. The third division playoffs are probable, automatic promotion possible. But it's not been easy.
A few of the top clubs in the conference would do all right in the third division. But obviously from mid-table below, I think they'd struggle, you know, because you've got to be consistent week in, week out.
People who say there isn't a jump from the conference to the third division are wrong. There is a jump, not maybe in one-off games, but there definitely is a jump. And if you keep exactly the same side, which we did, then the transformation is a lot more difficult.
Money was spent, but mainly on infrastructure. 300,000 swallowed up by much-needed improvements behind the scenes. Almost the same again on enhancing safety and security. But as the ground took shape, performances fell apart. A black September even had the manager worried. After 5 successive defeats, he was desperate to lift the dressing room atmosphere.
Players react to you. So if I'd have gone in with a long face, that probably would have been them. And I had all these thoughts coming from the car and then down the corridor to the changing room. How are we going to do today? You know, am I hoping we're going to win today? Well, of course you hope to win, but do you hope to win or do you believe you're going to win? And I just walked through the door and the first thing I said to them was, "You ready for 3 points today? Are you ready for 3 points today?"
A 2-1 defeat of Southend was the turning point. From mid-November until the weekend, Cheltenham lost just 4 in 25, cruising up to 5th, a triumph for team spirit over early fears.
You have the odd self-doubt, but Steve has he kept us at it, working hard and believing in ourselves, and eventually we come through that tough patch, and you know, we've just looked up from there.
It's all credit to the players because they had an awful time to deal with early on. Well, we all did, but they're the ones that have to go out there and make it happen, and it was tough for them. And I'm delighted now that the same bunch of players are now doing very well for themselves in Division 3.
What's realistic? Automatic promotion still a possibility?
A couple of players in the background now are listening to this interview, and I said that if any of them spoke about the playoffs, I'd fine them. So I have to say I've got to duck this issue now.
What are the prospects for promotion then?
Who knows? We've still got 5 games left, and if we can perform how we have been doing in the last few, then it's looking good.
You're towing the party line too, because Steve Cotterill said that no one's allowed to talk about it.
No comment.
Playoffs or automatic promotion?
I can't mention that. We keep going, we keep working hard. That's all I can say. We give 100% every game, and we'll be all right. I'm sure we'll be all right.
The latest opponents were trickier than their lowly league position suggests. Since February, Terry Dolan's transformed York from relegation material into one of the division's formed teams, but their 7-game unbeaten run seemed in for a severe test early on. Alan Fettis flying to keep out Martin Devaney as Cheltenham set the pace. But somehow Cotterill's side lost their impetus. Increasingly edgy as the game wore on, they should have been warned when Kevin Hulme tumbled under Steve Book's challenge. Cheltenham fortunate this time, no penalty given. Still, they didn't raise their game, and it was no great surprise when York punished them. Veteran Steve Agnew setting up Mark Sertori, his first goal for York since he joined in September. Cheltenham had 10 minutes to salvage a draw and finally began to press. Mark Freeman closest to collecting a precious point, but Fettis ensured it would be Dolan's day.
I've tried to be positive all the time, never worried about what's been going on below us. We've been trying to catch teams above us, and now we've caught 2 or 3 teams. But we've brought 1 or 2 players in. We've changed the system a little bit and got the players to believe in themselves a bit more. And as you can see today, you know, Cheltenham, who are 4th or 5th, who are no better than us, so you know it's a good trip home now.
I bet you wish you had another 3 months this season, don't you?
Well, the players have just been saying that I think they've played all season without getting any bonus, and they only get the bonus, I think, if they're in the top half. So they're striving to get there, and I don't think we've got enough games left.
Terry's done a very good job there, you know, in such a short space of time, and they haven't been conceding goals. And I said to him today, you know, I said to lads in the week, it was very important that we didn't concede a goal, and that's happened. You know, Mark Sertori, he's been a pain in the neck all afternoon to us, and it's a disappointment today. But the reason it's a bigger disappointment is it's probably our first defeat in something like 9 or 10 games. So that's why it makes it a bitter pill to swallow, as it would be. But we have to be big enough to do that, and we will do it, and we'll digest it, and we'll get on with Darlington next week here.